Hi. Hi, everyone. How are we all doing? Hi, Metal. Hi, GD. Large, thank you so much for that. Oh my god, 27 months. You're offshore. You're an offshore shipping boat. You're coming to hang out while you're fishing. God, I hope that you're safe. I've only been fishing once, and it wasn't to a kind of place like that. Hey, Mad Dog, how you doing? So we're going to be continuing Kill Team that we started off a little while ago, like a couple of weeks ago. When we were testing out different pinks and purples, trying to find what worked. Hi, and thank you, Metal, for giving them a shout out. I'm good. It's a Friday. I've had a half day at work. I've had a very early morning. I had a nap. I recorded some stuff for a video I need to edit after the stream. It's been a very productive day. I'm pretty excited to see how this all works out. I'm trying something a little bit new in my setup. I've got a slightly different position for everything. Well, not everything. So, what I'm thinking is I'm going to focus mostly on using these two. We didn't like these two fluorescent inks through the airbrush, but I feel like if we instead choose to use them as glazers, they'll work really, really well because they're a lot thinner than our usual than the other than the other fluorescent paints. So we should be able to get some nice highlights and shades with them. Hey, Halberch, thank you for the lurk. I am trying to find my blacklight, which I had on my desk just before the stream. Just because I want to show off just how glowy these paint are. How's it gone? Is it not on my desk? It should be on my desk. It was definitely on. There it is. It's too close and right in front of my face. But yeah, so you can see how glowy these guys are just in their own light. But if we look at the paints, they absolutely just light up like crazy. I've also got something I want to try out, except for that guy at the back, Girly Pop Ball. I've also got an oil stick, which I'm going to dilute into an oil wash. And just look at how much this glows. So I'm hoping that going over everything with this is going to give them a nice sort of like inner glow. God, it's like a lightsaber. Holy shit. But yeah, this is actually like solid paint pigment in a stick that I'm going to have to dilute and create a wash out of. It's going to be interesting. Of course, I can't get to that stage unless we finish today. And even then, the actual finishing of it won't happen until after stream because I have to leave it for an hour to dry and then I have to wipe a bunch of it off. So if we get to that stage, at the end of the video, I'm going to pause it once the oil is applied, and then if you're watching on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. At that point, there'll probably be a little time cut to me starting to wipe it off and showing you guys how that works. It should be really interested. You wanted to see a Space Marine captain walk in on a Space Marine recruit doing TikTok dance? Oh my god. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Now, my plan for now, I think what I want to do is to get all the trims and all the non-metallic colors done first. Then do the metallics, and then we will get onto the actual glow-in-the-dark stuff. I've just realized I should have got some other bits of paint, which I don't have with me right now. Bugger. I'm just going to turn around. That should do. I only needed those two, really. So, I guess the first thing we want to do, really, is kind of decide what colors we want the different things to be. And I'm pretty sure I know the really bright pink ones are the ones that I'm gonna do a lot of black on, I think, with only a couple of nice little accent bits in gold. And then the ones in darker colors, I think I want to have more goldish trim on. I think that's sensible. I think that's the sensible approach. And I say trim. The great thing about these guys is that as the Emperor's Children, they're all about individual expressiveness. So I don't have to adhere too strictly to a color scheme for it to look right and look appropriate for the thing, for the Legion. So I think I'm just going to start with a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to start with some Black Templar, some Black Legion contrast paint on some of the trim bits. I think we'll start with this guy, and this guy. And I'm also going to use this Liquitex acrylic paint pen because I've heard that these are actually really, really good. Okay, you have played the Blood Bowl. You've played Blood Bowl. Oh no, I haven't played Blood Bowl. But yeah. So I've heard nothing but good things about using paint pens to do trim on Chaos Space Marines. So I think I'm gonna try with that. I think it should hopefully make life a lot easier. Where is my minute? I've heard of Blood Bowl, though. I've seen people play it. It's also got a really nice video game from what I've heard. Let's start with this guy. I want to start using the paint pen because, well, it's a new toy, isn't it? It's a new toy, so of course I want to start with that, lol. But of course, it's not all we're going to be using. I just play. You recently only landed this? Yeah, it's an old game that started in the 90s and then kind of went out of production for a bit. And then it became something else later down the line. Then they kind of recently started redoing it in the past couple of years. It's always had a really big cult-like fandom, and a lot of people think it's Games Workshop's best game, which I don't believe. I think their best game was Battlefleet Gothic, because fucking spaceship fleet battles? Sign me up. That shit is cool as hell. And also really easy to paint. Lol. So, I think I'm just gonna, for the sake of it, for the sake of just, you know, I can't do that with this one. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Fine. Can't use that one because it's got too many little details. Fine. Fine. I'll use the paint pen on a different one. What would be a good one for the paint pen? I mean, I could use that. No, let's see. I've never used one of these before, so like, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it's gonna be fine, chat, right? Interestingly, you see there's a divide if you like Warhammer or if you hate Warhammer Fantasy. But it's not Warhammer Fantasy. Blood Bowl is its own thing, though it is set in like Warhammer Fantasy. It's technically something completely different. Like it's like a parallel universe kind of. It's like a parallel universe kind of deal, which I think is pretty interesting. Warhammer doing a multiverse before multiverses were considered a thing, like. And again, Warhammer's always kind of been doing a multiverse. That's why there's always been Warhammer fantasy genre of Warhammer and a 40,000 version. Yeah. Ooh, this paint flows really, really well. Yeah, I see why people like these. It's so easy. Real question on this miniature. Do I do the faceplate in black, or do I do the helmet in black and then make the faceplate gold? I think doing the faceplates in gold is the standard Emperor's Children thing. God, you have so much control with, like, just a pen. So weird using that. Now the coverage isn't amazing, but it does the job. I also realize I need to move my microphone. I thought I'd be lazy and try a slightly different setup where I don't move the thing, but it's kind of just a bit. Actually, no, I can move everything closer to me. What am I saying? What am I saying, chat? Reality can be whatever I want it to be. Sliv, hi, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Are you having a nice day? I hope so. We are painting some Warhammers today, as you can see. Adjust my light. Chat, if I am too quiet, you have your small shirt. You're happy. Oh, you got some small and strong merch. Very nice. I am a broke bitch. Can't afford merch for my favorite VTubers yet. Also partly because I'm addicted to this plastic crack stuff. But you know, that's neither here nor there, right? Right? Oh god, there's so much. It flows so well. Like, I don't know if that's actually a good thing or not, because there's a bit of me that feels like there might be a bit too much paint coming out of the pen. Like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of overflow, which is less than ideal, but this is the first time using it, so maybe that's like me just not really quite having how it works down. Because you can get a lot of control with this, because it is just a solid object, isn't it? It's not like a brush which moves depending on pressure and all that stuff. But I can admit, I don't think this is for me. It just doesn't quite feel right, you know? I also feel like the coverage isn't that good. Like, I'm seeing quite a lot of pink coming through. But you know what? That's okay. I think I'm just gonna, to save myself the time, I'm just gonna do this whole pauldron in black. And then I think we're just gonna switch to the Black Legion contrast. I know that we have a lot of coverage with Black Legion contrast. And also, with this pen might be just a bit too big for what I was hoping to use it for, in all honesty. I didn't realize how big these were going to be. I thought I was going to get, like, really ultra fine things. And there is a fine side of it, but it doesn't seem to... Yeah. That's how it feels using this, chat. So I will not. I'm going to go back to Black Legion. I say go back to. This is the first time we're actually using it today. Well... We're going to use Black Legion contrast. And we're going to have a nice time, probably. We're going to use this on the plasma gun. I thought Black Legion's definitely meant to have better coverage than that. Oh my god. Fuck it. We don't have to be sparing. We are going to be excessive, right? Because if you're not being excessive, what are you doing? like painting the Emperor's Children. They are literally the Legion of Excess. And so you want really high contrast. An absolute riot of sensation. Apparently there's a moment in 30k where the Iron Warriors are playing Warhammer in Warhammer. They are, yes. That's one of the things the Iron Warriors Legion does. But you know what's funny? The Ultramarines LARP. They LARP to fighting Space Marine, like fighting against other Space Marines before the Horus Heresy is a thing. Which I think is kind of hilarious. I think I'll have a gold faceplate on one of them, and this guy I think I'll give a black faceplate to, because I quite like how pink... I quite like his pink, honestly. I think it's a good look. Some of these guys are going to be a lot more purple than the others, but this guy, we're starting out with like that really nice pink. Just because I think it's going to be, I think it looks nice. And also, we minimize our color palette, which makes it the whole kind of process a bit faster. Because the fewer colors you're actively working with, the more the less time it's actually going to take to do the overall miniature. Grey hair on my brain. Come on, get off. I need to get some pliers to pull this off. Clippers to just clip it. Either works, honestly. Going. Every time I need to look for something, it's always just too close. Oh, damn it. I see it. I don't know if you can, chat, but I see it. It's right there. Just can't get the... Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I can just get the right... I just can't quite get the right grip on it. Anyway. God. There's so much trim on Chaos. Oh, no. That's fine. We're going to go over that later. Oh, that's straight hair as well. Yeah? It looks like it's gone now. I think I've got the straight hair. I really like contrast paints. They're just very useful, efficient for the overall process. It's funny imagining these big dudes delicately handling tiny miniatures. Yeah. But like, compared to the miniatures, everyone who plays Warhammer is a giant. So they probably scale up the miniatures for their giant hands. Hey, Char, how you doing? Can we get a shout of a Char, please? Thank you, Callus. Callus, hi. God damn it! This random hair in this brush is just doing my head in. To get rid of it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. I've separated it out now. I just need to pluck it. There we go. Going to stop it's going to stop driving me mad now. What? I'm glad that you're well, Char. Felix? Humpsters Felix. We'd once again like to remind you to turn off the scare sound alerts when you are doing precise paint jobs. Yeah, but fun. For chat, not for me. Are you going to make me regret not heeding your... Oh! Is that your name, Mika? That's cute. Nice to see you're staying on brand with the color scheme. Damn right. It's only correct. It's only correct. I don't know why this looks so peachy on camera. Like, I get why it might look a bit peachy on the UV, but like... Yeah. Well... Anyway. I'm so excited to see what these are going to be like when they're finished. I hope that they're good. We as mods can pause redeems. Wait, you can? Mods. Pause the redeems, lol. At least pause the sound alert redeems that are super scary and jumpy. You're a cat, and you're a cat voice if people started calling me that. Lol. Cute. That's cute, Mika. Her own shadow scared her once. I wouldn't take any chances. Lol. Does Jaws scare me? No. Jaws is scary depending on the context. Like, if I'm playing a horror game and suddenly someone pops up Jaws when I'm being paranoid, yeah, that's scary. But when I'm just painting models, like, no, it's fine. Another great thing about this paint, like doing Emperor's Children, is that if I get annoyed at doing the trim, I can just say fuck it and paint the whole bit black, and it's fine, and it's still on brand for the color scheme. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Well, look at that. Glorious, glorious mess. And it still works. And I don't have to have any care or pay any real attention to anything. And I can just be like, what the fuck is slap it on the table? Yeah, test it. What do you think it is? People have redeemed it before. It's funny. At least I think it's funny.
If you guys have a prime, slap that prime on the table like a big fucking cock. Show everybody that you have a big fucking dick today and slap that prime on the fucking table right now.
Yeah, do it, chat. I don't know who that voice is. It sounds a little bit like Iron Mouse. But then again, Iron Mouse also sounds a bit like a generic regular VTuber. But that could just be me. It is Tungsten Rat. Who the hell is Tungsten Rat? Boob. Ah. The punk has brought me fish and carrots. God, that's a really nice black. It's just so dark and inky. Like, it's so nice for a contrast paint, I think. Iron Mouse. Joke way is Tungsten Rat. Oh! Forgot my thought. What? What? Thank you, Punk. I will have food. At a moment. I'm just gonna trim on this guy. God, I hate doing Chaos Space Marine trim though. I see why every member of everyone on Reddit who talks about painting Chaos Space Marines just does not like the trim. And everyone tries to find shortcuts for how to do it quicker and more efficiently and easier. What else do I need to do? Okay, it's the faceplate and the gloves are what I need to work on. For a second I thought the cat was going to try and jump on the desk and steal my fish, which would be on brand and hilarious in all honesty. But I'd rather she didn't, you know? Okay, what's next? Oh. gloves and then the faceplate. The faceplate should be relatively easy because it's such a big bit. In fact, I think we'll do the faceplate first. The plasma gun nicely covers up the bits of the chest, so I don't really have to do anything. Hi, Pato. Thank you. It's neon and it glows in the dark. Well, it's really cool. If I shine a black light on it, it just lights up like crazy. I'm also going to give him blue glowing eyes. That's what I want to go for. It's like the classic blue eye lenses of the Emperor's Children, but also make them glow in the dark. Also, the reason why I'm taking care of the non-glow-in-the-dark colors first is I like the idea of there being a little bit of a color splash of the glow-in-the-dark stuff onto the not glow-in-the-dark stuff. Just to kind of make it feel like the miniatures are actually illuminating the other parts of it. A little bit of OSL without having to do, like, airbrush stuff, you know? Because let's be honest, I know with my shaky hands, I don't have the best brush control. So I know there's going to be some overspill and some mistakes anyway. So I think it's important to play into your strengths as a painter. Yes, try new things. But if you know the things you're bad at, the easier it's going to be to make your miniatures look better and by taking those things into account, I think. Hey, I think that's all the black on this guy done. At least I can't see any more trim that I think could do with being done on this guy. I mean, maybe I could do like the little vents on the power pack, but I was going to do those in silver. On the underside of the leg plates. Okay. I don't know why I'm going to clean my brush. I know I should clean it because I'm about to very quick on. The next one. Which one do we want to do next, chat? I think this guy and all the softer pinks might be quite nice. There's going to be quite a bit of gold on these guys eventually. Maybe not yet, but eventually. This guy's got much softer colors, which I quite like. Okay. Thank you, Choff, for the luck. Okay. Pause the VOD, wolf down some food, and then we will continue. And we are back. Yeah, like the sheer amount of radiation exposure to raw uranium rods, like it's hard to imagine what that would be like if I want to be real with you. I feel like if you actually were like physically exposed at close proximity to it, it'd be like the demon core going off, right? You'd just get like radiated and it would be Jova. Am I wrong in thinking that, chat? I feel like I'm not wrong in thinking. Hi, Haru. What's up? Have you come to say hello to chat? The cat, though. He has invaded the desk, chat. Then suddenly cat hair all over the Warhammer. God. How do I deal with that? Haru, do you wanna get off the desk? Oh, get off the desk, cat. Thing. How am I meant to deal with this? The beast has invaded the space. Yeah. It's like the kind of shit that would take out a Warlord Titan in one hit. Quite literally. Are you okay there? Can I help you? Can I help you? Bye, Haru. Going. Be a lap cat. Like you can totally be a lap cat if you want. No? No, she's gonna be on the desk now, I guess. Cool. No, maybe not. He's just gonna perch and stare at me from a position I can't use it. About uranium, you'll die, but you'll get acute radiation poisoning. Your body would be like decaying in real time, and no amount of painkillers would help. That would sound horrific. Oh my word. Well, good thing. It's a good thing that access to that kind of thing is not easily available. Actually, maybe I'll do the grenades in gold like the Sisters of Battle they have. They too have the Holy Hand grenades of Antioch. Mostly because I think too much black next to each other doesn't really lend finding of the shapes, which you need to kind of focus on miniatures, I think. God, I remember this miniature when we did that first paint test. This is one of the ones where things didn't really work out so well. We were trying to do lots of different things, so like the painting, the color is really inconsistent. But I kind of like it, honestly. There's something nice about the imperfection. Unironically. I'm gonna do this bit in black as well, like the little tummy bit with all the cables. God, I hate my lack of steady hands sometimes. I say sometimes, all of the time. It just makes it really hard to actually do things the way I want it to do sometimes. Oh, I just realized there are these little hooks on this little bit of thing that's what's pinning the cloth there. I was kind of wondering how like it was staying there. That's a neat little detail. Like that. Like, I have to say, the Legionaries kill team upgrade sprue is definitely one of the better ones. That's like an upgrade sprue kill team. Like, it just looks fantastic. And the rule set is pretty decent as well for like 40k and kill team. I wonder if there's going to be another one in the future for Chaos. Because, like, the faction already has a massive variety for kill team. Like, it's got cultists, it's got 2 different types of Space Marine. Gonna have a Death Guard one, I think, that with rules coming out shortly. The new kill team starter set, which I am getting. I don't know if I'm going to paint them on stream, but Pink and I are eventually going to play the kill team starter set on stream once I've painted it up. I'm definitely painting her kill team, her Space Marine kill team off stream, because Well, first of all, it's white scars, so it's not going to take long at all. And second of all, I've decided to paint it because otherwise, like, it'll take forever. Ah. Punk has yet to finish her orc kill team for October, and we're now in November. Ooh, you know what I might do? I might make the vents on the power pack extra glowy. I think that would probably look quite cool. But also, I'm just going to say this guy is the sussiest member of the kill team. So, you know, he's extra venti. Oh, fuck. I did the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing. Fuck. But it's fine. Quickly with a wet brush. Try and dilute some of that to the point where it's no longer. I was painting the trim instead. I should have been painting the actual panel underneath the trim. Just because I feel like it's gonna look nice, that's all. I also want to make sure that none of these guys have exactly the same color scheme. I think that's the right call for Emperor's Children, honestly. But once we've nailed down the basic elements of the color scheme, it's going to be really nice getting to do all of the extra details. Huh? But I can't believe I forgot I had this little holder thing. I was watching an Age of Squidmar video, and that's kind of reminded me that, oh yeah, I've got one of these things. They were doing like which like random painting peripheral like accessories were the worst things to get from Games Workshop, and I was like, you know what, I'll watch that. That looks fun. Oh, there's so many little bits on this backpack. What? But I'm sure it'll be fine. And with that is Backpack done. At least at this stage. I will probably use the gunmetal that we're going to highlight. Even though it's going to be the base for all the metallics. Hey, Pato. Okay. Thank you. I'm sure they're gonna. I'm confident they'll be okay. Yeah. I'm excited to see how they turn out as well, Pato. I hope you have a wonderful day and that everything you're working on goes well. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just leg trim on this guy. I don't think much gold, much black on the darker ones. Very much trenched in gold. Before we move on to the gold, because I kind of want to do the metallics last, mostly because I'm going to have to change the water after I do the metallic. Black and pink is a really nice color scheme, in all honesty. There's just such nice contrast between the two primary colors. I hope I can get this done today. But if I can't get them completely finished, it's not the end of the world. It just means more stuff for later to work on. I should do that thigh plate before moving on to the other leg, otherwise I will forget. Which would be less than ideal. And sometimes I feel like it's so easy to kind of like get a little bit too involved in. But I think it's necessary to an extent. Because there's so much little stuff happening. Can't fully focus. Go very wrong very quickly, and that's not what anyone wants, really. Also, I'm sorry if the audio is a bit weird. I need to adjust stuff so that I'm facing more directly into the microphone. Do that. I can do that. I don't really need this backdrop so much, I think. Yeah. Bye, Kato. Okay. I feel like I've heard before, but why is the random pipes in the armor for? I heard that they were there to help facilitate, like, the molds in the plastic. But they always seem kind of inconsistent, so I'm not entirely sure how accurate that is, you know? Can someone find out for me? Like, there's just these, like, random little cables, like this bit here, in the leg armor, every now and again. I really don't understand why. Because if they needed something like that, surely they could have just put that on the sprue bit of the mold, right? I'd have thought so. Then I don't know the complexity of actually making injection molded plastic crack. So maybe there is more to it. Say that the black on the... Oh. Yeah, I'd say that the black on the sky is done now. Oh, I need to move the light to compensate the fact that I've actually altered my position ever so slightly. Next we'll do the butcher. This guy should be relatively simple to do. Mostly because, you know, he's in fairly plain Mark 3 armor. I think I might do this guy mostly in gold. Maybe. Yeah, I think I will. I'm just gonna make this shoulder pad. I think I'll make this shoulder pad black and maybe one of the limbs, like, black as well. To add a smattering of variety to his color palette. This guy is in Kill Team, is called the Butcher. He does tons of damage. Fantastic. At least in melee. Kind of a bit shit ranged, lol. The cum tubes. No! No, they're not! Ah! I hate this chat. Why do I put up with it? Wah! Always. Always. You guys bully me. Even when it's not even my stream. Just knee pad in black. I'll do that. I'll do that glove in black. Well. The synth on this track kind of really reminds me of Among Us. I don't know why. But it just sounds like the same kind of instrument used in like the Among Us soundtrack. I don't know why. It might very well be, in all honesty. I don't think it's the same guy who did the music though. And I'll do the trim on that glove and then the flat of the chain axe blade in black as well. Do the chain axe first. That's gonna look nice when it gets gold trim later. Right, now I just need to do that little bit of trim and then that's all the black on this guy done, I think. Tiny bit of trim on this. Let's not do it off camera. Okay, that'll do. Will it? Okay, just a tiny bit more. Okay. Let's have a look at these other guys. Now, black is not going to be a primary color on these, but what should be done in black? Let's take this guy, who is based on Quarantoon from Lord of Excess. I'll do the tabard in black. Might do this pauldron in black. Is a word bearer's pauldron. Tabard in black, pauldron in black. Back of this book in black for the Balefire tome. Probably makes sense. But he's got quite a dark color because I wanted it to look like red that was painted purple. So I just used pure inks to like tint the. So I started with blue and then I just tinted it red. So I think it's like sort of purplish, but you see a lot of red and a lot of blue to be a like sort of like makeshift kind of thing. I think it's created an interesting effect, honestly. He's very shiny though, much shinier than I thought he'd be, but that's fine. Only concern is that maybe he might be just a little bit too glossy, and I wonder if the paint is struggle to adhere. But I think it's okay. I don't know how he ended up so glossy, but I guess that's just down to the inks I used originally. Want to do any more of this guy in black? Little tummy bit where cabling bits are. Then I'll do the back of the Balefire Tome in black as well. Okay. That'll do for this guy. And for this guy... Ooh, I think I know what I want to do for this guy. Actually, no. Do I? I know what I want to do for this guy. I think we're mostly going purple with this guy. I'll do this little pouch in black, and then I'll do his little tabard in black. And then the rest, I think, is going to be gold. The bits that... Yeah. Oh, he's got a bolt pistol. I forgot about that. Do that in black as well. Nice and simple. And another pouch. Mostly the pouches I think I'm going to do in brown for a lot of these guys, but some of them I think I'll do in black. Just on the ones where black is not really a main color. Oh god, I've gone over that. Let me wipe that off with a wet brush. This mistake never happened, chat. No one will ever know. Except you, but you won't tell anyone, will you? No. Because you're all my good beans. Oh, this little cable-y bit here. Fine. Nice and simple. I just realized he's got this little tongue here. I'll have to do that in a different color at some point. Now, oh, actually, I wanted to, I almost forgot. I wanted to do, like, all of these, like, spines coming out of his arm and his claws in black as well. Hopefully, I won't accidentally go over that later. But if I do, it's not going to be the end of the world. Just nice and simple, chat. Because easy, good. And then that little bolt pistol left, and then we will move on to the chosen champion, who will be leading this kill team. Okay. That's all nicely done. I think that'll do for now. While that dries, we can move on to the next bit. The question is, do we want to, like, work on the black highlights first? Or do we want to move on to something else? I think we should move on to something else and get as much color done, like, put down on this miniature as possible in this early stage of the game. Because once we have all the basic colors down, the rest is going to be relatively simple. But once we start the metallics, we'll basically be more or less at the end of it, I think. At least that's my assumption, that we'll be basically at the end of it. I can't see us needing to do much more beyond the metallics, because once we've done the metallics, then we're going to be doing all the neon OSL kind of stuff on the miniature and doing some glazes and shading and recess shading and all that fun stuff. Be a good time. Little bit. Yeah, little belt buckle this guy's got. Kind of hard to really tell what's on it, if I want to be honest. Are these spikes in black? Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to do on black on this guy. Okay, so what's next is that we are going to do some light grays and some whites before we do anything major or anything else. Hey, Red. That's fair. Oh, I'm sorry you're feeling like stuff. You have food poisoning. Oh no. I hope that you feel better soon. God, food poisoning is never fun. I hope that you get through it okay. I hope that you're able to get, like... I hope you're able to, like, get something inside you to, like, keep you going. God, I haven't had food poisoning in ages, but I remember the last time I had it, it was fucking horrendous. Wolf Grey? Which of the... Stonewall... I think I want Stonewall Grey. Stonewall Grey followed by Dead White. Let's get these. At the moment, you're just trying to keep myself from throwing up again. Oof, yeah. That's the worst kind of stage. Food poisoning. Hopefully, whatever's messed you up, it'll, you know, you'll just flush it out sooner rather than later. Just gonna use my mixer to make sure these paints are nicely done. Ready for what's to come. We're gonna be using Stonewall Grey first, then Dead White. Since you're not gonna be able to see it much, you better post. Oh yes, no, I'm definitely going to post finished pictures in Discord and on socials. So you'll see them. But don't you fret. I always like to share my minis. Also because, like, people will give feedback, and feedback on miniature work is always useful. Because it's always a learning experience. Lots of people have different ways of doing things. And... it's all about trying new things until you find what genuinely works for you. Okay. I have my little fidget toy, which is also my palette, because, you know, it's just easy to use and easy to clean. I'm just popping bits of it because I want to pop bits of it, lol. Ah. Okay, I think I'm going to start with the ones that don't have much, which is literally just going to be, in cases like this, it's just going to be the top knot on this guy's, on this guy's thing. Nice and simple. One quick coat of grey, then move on to the next miniature. Then when that one's done, move on to the next miniature. When that one's done, move on to the next miniature. There shouldn't be too much. There shouldn't be too much of this for me to do, I hope. Okay, I hope that you start to feel better soon, Red. Thank you for dropping by. It's always lovely to see you in chat. Get well soon. Okay. Nice and simple. But I really love the coverage of this paint. It just does everything I need it to. It reminds me a little bit of how I did my very first Sisters of Battle, because I kind of did it in exactly the same way, now that I think about it. Because that was how I did their hair. Oh, shit. Actually, no, that's going to be covered in gold later anyway. It's not that big a deal. Sometimes you can panic when you make a mistake or go on a bit that you don't intend to. At least I do. But, you know, you don't need to panic if it's a bit you're going to paint over later anyway. Might need a second coat. Yeah, I'll give that guy a second coat when he's dry. Just to help cover up all the pink. Panic! Pink panic! Well... I do sometimes have a little panic, chat. But that's fine, right? You'll still love me when I have a little pink panic. A pun works extra well because I painted over pink, lol. It was, in fact, a panic about the pink. Anything? Oh, I need to do all the little leather straps and holsters. He must be roaming around the house somewhere. Well, he is somewhere in the house. He was doing dishes before dinner, so I don't think she's got any more chores or anything that she still needs to do. I think she's just like either working. Oh, she was working on her VTuber model when I walked through. I saw a secret, chat. At least I think it's a secret. But I saw a mode Pink's model can enter that I don't think I was supposed to. Lol. Oh, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just like the base, like, for the overall model. I don't know. I don't know how 3D VTuber. I don't know how 3D VTubers work. She did a meme about it. Lol. I have not seen the meme. But I basically walked in on her VTuber model naked, lol. It was funny. I thought it was funny. I didn't know that was a thing a model could do. Oh, no, actually, no, I'm going over that bit later. This bit did not know. Touch up that little bit there. Apparently it's boob day. Oh, lol. Boobs out mode, lol. Yes, that's what I saw. Annoying. Okay, what about this? This guy's gonna be interesting because I think to help differentiate him from the rest of the Emperor's Children as a word bearer convert, I'm gonna keep him in very different colors to the rest. So like he's gonna have green eye lenses and like he's gonna have like green fire. Both in his hand and on his weapon. That should look pretty cool. Okay, what's next? Holster. I still need to do the back. I still need to do the back of the leather strap bit here. We've gone over a bit of the armor, but that's fine because that bit is going to be a different color later anyway. What else do I need to do? I need to do the front of the book. Okay. That looks like it's all the bits initially wanted done on this guy. Next. Our dagger guy. What are we gonna do with this guy? Well, he's definitely getting the flayed skin like flaps on his pauldrons done. Really careful here not to go over onto the armor, because that would be lame. But then again, it's quite a light color, so it's not the end of the world if it happens. At least I don't think it's the end of the world if it happens. Little bit. Yeah. This little belty belt. And this little pouch up here. I think that's it basically done. Oh wait, hang on. A little bit of leather on this side. Haven't. Eh? Ah, there's a little bit of a hair stuck on the thing. In the way of where I'm trying to brush. There we go. Now with that done, we can move on to the anointed first, and then we'll do the chosen champion at the end. I don't think there's too much we have to do on this guy. Literally just his hand and his little bit of tongue. Okay. Realize I've been doing that off screen. Wow. Maybe I want to do this in a really bright color. A really bright, unnatural looking color. That could work. Maybe some magenta or something. But yeah, that's this guy. Finito. For now. Oh. Now we do all of the bits that we're going to contrast up later. Okay. That's that bit done. Didn't realize that was a scabbard hat here. Random skull just hanging from his back power pack. Honestly, mixing the Dread Talons, the Night Lord's kill team, with Emperor's Children's bit, I think it's just that they match so well. Like, you can really get away with like using a lot of the same stuff because they have a lot of shared interests in how they operate. Like the whole terror tactics, spreading fear, and all that stuff. I wonder how that's going to play out in the rules when the Emperor's Children get their codex finally. They'll probably have like a battle shock detachment. Quite a few armies have like battle shock focused detachment. Even if their primary rules don't really like work off it. Or rather, the Nemesis Claw kill team, sorry. I really like the Nemesis Claw kill team, honestly. It's got fun rules as well. I can't wait to play it. This guy is actually not in the Nemesis Claw kill team that I'm going to be playing. He is in the Legionaries, because I've done him up as a chosen. Bit of me and regrets not like waiting till the Horus Heresy upgrades came out to give him a Charnable Saber. But, Demon Sword, it works. I do slightly regret putting this guy on his base before finishing off for hating him because of how ridiculous this cape is. It's kind of hard to get in under there. But we live and learn, don't we? There's a bit of me that started to move more towards doing sub-assembly painting for certain things like this. Well, I want to move towards it. I've never actually done sub-assembly painting before. I think the closest thing I did was Eidolon, where I didn't have him fully assembled, but he was mostly assembled. I think I had the cloak and the head separate when I painted him. But I kind of wish that I'd done a bit more than that. But you know, we live and learn. And now, since doing that and realizing, yeah, this would be so much easier if I hadn't assembled so much of this miniature, I'm starting to see that more and more in models. Like, oh, this would be so much easier if I could just, you know, take this bit apart. Like trying to get into the underside of this cloak without hitting any of the purple armor we've done before. A little bit of a nightmare, if I want to be honest with you all. But once it's done, it's done. Rotate this guy for a better angle here. And a bit of leather strap back. And we do the little top knot bit. I kind of chose the Mark IV helmet from the regular Chaos Legionaries as the base for this guy. Because it didn't, I thought it didn't look that different to the Mark IV Horus Heresy helmets that the Emperor's Children have. That you can probably have seen earlier that some of these guys have. So I thought like it looked like a slightly corrupted version of it. Though, in hindsight, it's a bit more of a corrupted version of the generic Mark IV Horus Heresy helmet. But it works either way. The slightly fancier, more chaotic helmet for the leader of the warband. Or, well, the leader of the squad. Kill team. Same difference. I say he's a leader, but we all know that deep down, when this guy goes into, like, a 40k game, he's just a regular chosen guy who just happens to have a skin cloak, and he's not even a squad leader. Halberd, thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate it. Now that this is dried, let's have a look. This guy need a second coating? He does. Just on these top knot bits though, because like they are meant to be white. The others not so much, because they're going to get covered in different contrast paints. And honestly, I feel like a little bit of an undertone of like pink isn't unhelpful for them. Especially since it's going to be like leathers and leather colors, and I want to go for like natural like hide bits, because the bits I'd have done in black leather I've already done in black earlier. Okay. Am I gonna need to do it for the main guy? I'm not sure. But then again, the paint was just applied. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. Okay. Clean that off, then take a sip, because all important sippy. Chat, while I'm having a sip and waiting for paint to dry, you'll want to think about names for these guys, lol. I will happily let... Ooh! I've just realized, chat, I've just realized something very important. Well, not very important. Ah! The somewhat important thing has fallen. It's time. I can. Because I can, chat. It is time. It is time. Where is it? Katokam. The floof. The elusive Haru, who seldom actually pops into streams. Let me get some flashbang on you, cat. Oh, she's just a little floof. A soft thing. A little loaf. Flashbang. Oh. He's fine with it though. I love Haru. He's just such a sweet little creature. Like, whenever anyone in the flat is sick or feeling down, she knows, and she always either meows for attention to try and distract them, or like comes up and like sits with them. She's just such a sweet little creature. Unlike Evie, who just demands attention all the time, whatever. Haru is just like, blessed being. Hey, Small, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. We are painting some Warhammers today. And again, that's always pretty much all I do on Fridays. I really need to build a Gundam at some point. I feel like I haven't built a Gundam in ages. I'm gonna work on. I think I'll work. I think I will work. I need to move my microphone. You're getting wrecked in the new Pokemon card app game. Oh, Small. There's a new Pokemon card app game? Wait, like trading card game? Is it a mobile game? Never heard of this before. I don't think I could do another card game. I play the Warhammer Warpforge, and I think that's enough for me if I want to be honest. But I might have a little look. I know myself in card games. When I have a lot of fun with them, I fucking spend money. And I don't want to have a game that's too... Where are you going, Haru? She has... Something has caught her attention. But what? The Haru has no thoughts, but her ears... He hears something. Pokemon trading card game pocket. Okay. What shall we do? Haru, I want you to go back to your, like, little loaf form so that chat can just observe your adorableness. Become loaf again, cat. Please. When she gets up like this, we know we don't have her for very long. Something will inevitably make her want to leave and observe something else instead of being a comfy little bean. Every other PvP match is I put down a Shandshrew, the opponent slams 2 legendary and loads of them with energy to wipe me. Yeah, card games these days, like, they're not like what we grew up with in the 90s. They are just awful. This is why I like Warpforge. It's like the power creep of several decades hasn't polluted it yet. Like, also Sandshrew, based Pokemon choice. Sandshrew has always been a cute favorite of mine. No, not my absolute favorite. My favorite stage 1 is always going to be Mareep. Mareep is just like a hug waiting to happen. Are you playing, like, I'm assuming there must be a ranked mode where, like, that's where all these fucking people go with their bullshit combo turn 1 OTK bullshits that you can't actually interact with. Because that's one thing I did. That is one thing I actively dislike about some card games. Is like when they have like that kind of like thing where it doesn't really matter what you do. You do have a Vapor. Oh, lol. Not Vaporeon. Lol. No, Vaporeon's not my favorite. No, Vaporeon's not even my favorite evolution. My favorite evolutions are Glaceon, Umbreon, and... Fuck, what was my third favorite? Glaceon, Umbreon, and... Espeon. I do like Sylveon as well. I just think Sylveon looks a bit silly. Sylveon is just a little silly guy, a silly little guy, you know? And I like that about Sylveon, but that doesn't make Sylveon automatically my favorite. Sylveon is cute, but not the best. No. Though Sylveon is objectively the most powerful because fairy types are OP. Apparently they made a flying type Aerion at some point, but I think they shelved it because its name is kind of a bit unfortunate to some people. Because it sounds a bit like something else, lol. I mean, I must remember that this is the spot I need to put the miniature in for you guys to actually be able to see what the hell I'm doing. Aerion. It sounds like Arian, lol. Yeah. Which, you know, some people might get offended by or some shit, because God knows the internet is overly sensitive, as it always is. Yeah, but apparently they decided not to go do the flying type evolution. I think it's a shame, because it's like, what, the one type they don't have? Actually, they don't have a Rockion yet. They should do a Rockion. Where's my Rockion? Or a Fightion? What would you call a fighting Eevee? Oh, they don't have a ground Eevee either. And there's no Ghost Eevee. The idea of a Ghost Eevee just sounds like an Eevee that's actually died. And I'm pretty sure in the lore that's exactly what happens. Because, like, Pokemon do legit die and become ghost Pokemon. That's how it works. That's literally how it works, right, chat? Oh, it sounds like Aryan, which is like a Nazi thing, I think. If I remember right. I don't fucking know. I try not to think too much about what people get offended by on the internet, because, like, there's so much of it. I'm just like, I just want to chill and live my life. You know? Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason I can think of as to why they didn't release the air type, because apparently they designed it. I guess they just couldn't think of a good fucking name. They could call it Flappian, but that kind of sounds a bit like Fappian, and then that would probably immediately become the new corrupted evolution, Eevee, you know? God, Fappian. God, there's definitely Goonian. Well, there's definitely a Fappion out there somewhere in someone's sick, twisted imagination. Someone has already made it, I'm sure. Why do I think of these things, chat? What is wrong with me? I don't choose to be this way. I simply exist. I promise. Not intentional. Okay, what else do I need to do? I think I just need to do the Butcher, and then I need to do the Chosen Champion. And then we can get back onto contrast paints. Oh, hang on, there's actually quite a bit I need to do on this guy. I forgot to do the grey on this bit earlier, but that's fine. The white will do. I just realized I'm painting in the middle in the way of the camera. Goonion. I don't think Goonion has as good a sound as Fappion, though. God, why? Why are we like this? We have just been poisoned. Our brains have been poisoned by the internet. Like... My brain has been poisoned by the internet, at least. I won't speak for anyone else. Maybe this is why I've started to collect Emperor's Children. No, I've always wanted to collect Emperor's Children. I just thought they were like cool looking. I had no idea about their horrendous lore up until recently. But like after reading Emperor's Children novels, I kind of just want to play them because they're cool people. They have so much like such senses of humor, and like most people just avoid them because they see horrible memes about them. And I'm like, okay, I kind of get where the memes come from. But, like, that's not who they are. That's just, like, how they're parodied to be. And maybe what Imperial propaganda makes them look like. Oftentimes, they want to, like, save people and improve the galaxy and bring it into their version of perfection. I mean, their version of perfection might be pretty fucked up compared to other people's versions of perfection. But you know, the intention is still good, right? And good intentions have to count for something. Oh, who am I kidding? The Emperor's Children are horrible. Fun, though. And that's the important thing, right, chat? Right? Oh, this guy's still not quite dry yet. Okay, you know what? I just need to get something to accelerate this drying process. Floppy on. Oh god. I just realized when I went to get the hairdryer, I forgot to unpause the VOD. I've lost like the past 10-20 minutes of footage, but that's fine. For YouTube people catching up, we have literally just... Hi! Hi, Delfaru. I'm good. How are you doing? We are working on some skin that's, that you can see hanging off this guy's pauldrons in a second. We're having a nice stream. We're just doing a lot of different stuff. I hope that you're having a nice time. Welcome, welcome. Always lovely to see more people in chat. Have you been well? Are you having a nice day? Yeah, for the people on YouTube, I basically did some extra contrast paints. I did some skeleton horde on bits of parchment and things that look like bandages. Then I did a little bit of Gorgrunter fur on some leather straps. And now we're just going to work on skin cloak bits, I think. Yeah, it look nice. I think my plan will work. We're just going to use different skin tones, and then we're going to wash them in a little bit of Harrowburg Crimson, just to kind of make them look a little bit bloody and raw. And if that whole plan doesn't work, we'll take the magenta ink that we have from AK Character, and that'll be really intense. So we can just, you know, grab that and up the intensity. I think for this guy, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make. I don't know why this guy's. I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna use the two skin tones in alternating patterns. You can see this. The cloak is like stitched together. So I'm thinking, you alternating skin tones. So it looks like it's like a patchwork of different people. I think that'll look good, right? It might not, but we will learn whether or not it looks good. One thing that I think is interesting is that, like, some of the skin in the skin cloak has like tears in it, but it comes together later where it's not stitched up. So that makes me think that, like, the cloak has been torn and the wearer has actually repaired the tears in the skin cloak. So, like, this guy really cares about his fashion statement here with the skin cloak, which I think is pretty hilarious. You have 3D printed stuff too, or is this original? You saw some time ago you were some huge country that was selling 3D blueprints in Games Workshop. How are you doing? No, I don't sell 3D printed stuff. I don't even buy 3D printed parts. Everything I do is official Games Workshop, because my local game store is a Games Workshop, so I kind of like have to. But welcome Raiders. Hi Traveling Inquisitor. How you doing? Welcome. Hippity hoppity, your stream is now my property. Hey, that sounds like Rogue Trader talk, not Inquisitor talk. You can't requisition me. Well, how are you doing? Oh, do you want to come play some Helldivers sometime? We should definitely play some Helldivers again. That was really fun. Yeah. Welcome Raiders. I'm Tiger. I like to shitpost online. You may recognize me from certain places, such as r/grimdank if you're into Warhammer, or r/Warhammer memes. Literally all of the big Facebook groups for Warhammer memes. Lol. I shitpost a lot. I paint Warhammer miniatures. I do games with chat. Right now we are working on glow-in-the-dark kill team, which chat dubbed the Goon Marines last time, because if I shine a black light on them, they light up. I could show you, but I kind of want to save that for the end, lol. Happy birthday, you're being enlisted. I'm being enlisted, lol. Not asking to judge or saying yourself. Curious if I had 3D printed to compare how they look. And I mean, I've had some 3D printed like accessories for the Sons of the Phoenix. Like, I had some insignias that I just glued on blank shoulder pads because Games Workshop doesn't sell that. I don't know. I feel like 3D printed stuff. I have some friends that do 3D printed stuff. I think the quality of 3D printed stuff really depends on, first of all, the STL file. Second of all, how experienced the guy is at using, the person who's using their 3D printer is at setting up STL for printing. Because it's a very complicated thing. Like, I would say that I have absolutely no idea really what to do. Because I've seen some awful 3D prints, but I've also seen some amazing 3D prints. And there's a lot of complex stuff. Can we get a shout out for Traveling Inquisitor, please? You're doing all right though. You just very still stream. Go down for a painting stream. Oh hell yeah! So, chat, what we are doing right now is we are painting Kill Team Legionaries. We're using some bits of the Nemesis Claw Nightlord's kill team. And we are making Emperor's Children, in case it wasn't obvious from the purple. These guys are going to be my first kill team. I let my Discord community vote on what we were going to do this week. It was either going to be very low energy. Yeah. We chill. We chill today. Like, a nice time. I always like doing these painting streams. They're not my biggest stream, but like, it's a good time. Does that purple glow in the dark? It does. It does. So I used a mixture of different purples. Let me just get the black. As you can see, the black light reveals all in the darkness. So yeah, they glow. It's a good time. This is why chat called them the Goon Marines, lol. I do have some other pigments on the way, which are like so glowy that they actually glow not just in the dark, but in dim light, but I don't have them. I'm saving them for my Terminator squad. And maybe some Noise Marines. I'm super excited to try them out, though. I've never used those paints before. And then it's also going to be the first for me because they're just raw pigments. I actually have to physically mix and make the paint myself, which is kind of scary, but also kind of exciting. I get to, like, use pipettes and, like, beakers and, like, mix stuff. Apparently, I'm not allowed. I have to wear a mask when I do it, though, because it might not be. I don't know if it's toxic or not. They've not said that it's toxic. The people that make it, like Stuart Semple is the person I'm getting these pigments off, and he's like big up in the art industry. Yippee, toxic chemicals. But like they glow, like literally having Space Marines emit ultraviolet light on the miniature. Like actually glowing, having a power sword with an active power field and having that power field light up the whole model, like doing a whole different thing of OSL, like actual OSL without doing LEDs and stuff. It sounds pretty cool to me. It might go wrong though, but who knows? If it goes wrong, we just learn not to use it ever and ever again. Right? Right? I'm so hyped for it. I can't wait for them to arrive. Okay, well, I'm going to let this skin cloak dry a little bit and then move on with the other contrast paint on this guy's other pauldron. So I think, well, what did we use? We used Dark Oath Flesh just then. So Fire Slayer Flesh is a much darker flesh contrast paint. I mostly do contrast paints, but sometimes I like to do, like, specific things. Mostly because, like, these aren't big Centimetre models. These are just guys that are ultimately going to end up basic Legionaries in my 40k army. So I don't necessarily think they have to be painted the best in the world. But like for things like characters and Centerpiece models, that's going to be a different deal. I'm also going to do glow-in-the-dark Stormcast Eternals, where like all the bits of fire are going to be like this fluorescent blue. That's going to be really cool. And then I'm just going to like do everything in OSL because I love OSL. OSL looks cool. It looks cool as fuck. Big fan of the OSL. Ever since I got an airbrush and love doing it. But we're not going to be using an airbrush for a lot of the OSL on these guys. Yeah, I think these are different enough flesh tones to really like be told that, yeah, these are two different people who have been flayed alive and you know, been stuck together and turned into a fashion statement. I think that's very Emperor's Children, you know? Right? Oh, I can't wait to see what these guys are like when I finish them. I reckon I can get the kill team pretty much done tonight. The only thing I'm not sure about is whether or not I want to give them an oil wash at the end. But I need to wait for the whole model to dry before I even start that. They don't look as different as I thought they did. Actually, no. One is definitely darker than the other. One's a little bit more reddish brown. Yeah, they definitely look like that from two different people. Maybe it's because the chosen guy's cloak is still wet. So it wasn't that long ago I did that initial coating. They look different colors more noticeably on Shrive Talon guy. Once we get all the leather work done, we are going to be on the metallics at that point. Which should be very fun. I'll start by doing some gunmetal, which will be like a base coat for certain things like cables and all that stuff. And the silvers. It'll also work as a highlight for all the random bits of black dotted around the miniature, like the gun, some of the metal work where I've decided to give them a bit more different kind of vibe. Really good. I hope it'll be good. Yeah. Okay. Skin cloak kind of done for now until I wash it. I'm gonna wash this in Carabug Crimson. Maybe spatter a few choice bits in. I don't know why I took this guy off. I might as well just continue painting this guy. Cause I'm gonna do some snakebite leather on this holster. Get rid of that. I don't need that. Thank you, Metal. Okay, so this should be nice and simple. Go through mostly just like the whole. I need more paint on this brush. I've underloaded. Usually I overload brushes with contrast paint. Oh, brown. Look like such a plain color next to the bright pink purples of these guys. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. Nice to have that kind of like more grounded color. Pop this on the side to dry. What's next? Oh, I still have some other stuff to do. Right, get to work on the metallics. This guy, I just need... Actually, no, I'll do this guy last, because he's got some other bits I really need to work on. Guy doesn't have any... These two... Yeah. I should, no, because that's going to be in metallic, isn't it? Never mind. Or is it? No, that's a pouch. So that'll be in brown. Wow. Sometimes I think about too many different things at once when I'm painting. Overwhelm myself. I don't know why I do it. I think it's... I don't like see individual components. I like try and see the whole thing all at once. If that makes sense. I don't know why I'm like this, but that's probably just partly autistic. Like, partly the autism thing. Out. Round. And this little bit of belt. I actually think these guys are starting to come together quite nicely. Like, contrast paint is a really good shortcut for doing a lot of work in a very short amount of time. I know how I'm going to base these guys. They are going to be much like how I did the Eidolon. These guys are going to be on a snowy base kind of thing. I just think that like plain low saturation basing colors make the rest of like the deeply saturated, darker, richer color palette of the miniatures to make them really pop and make them really stand out on the battlefield, which I think is what you want. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to like do them for like centerpiece models as well, but that's what my demon prints I'm gonna probably do. I don't know if I'll do them off stream. It might be my experiment model when those custom paints I have to make arrive. That'll be really interesting. Very curious to see what that's gonna be like. Okay. Guy just has that little bit of leather holster. Wait, how can these be such close colors? I don't like that. I definitely didn't use white leather. Yeah, they're different. One is a slightly more yellow tone, and that one is definitely a lot more red. It's a subtle difference. There's not that much contrast to them. I might tint one with ink and make it look a bit more red later. But I think, yeah, on camera it's a lot more visible, I think, the difference between them. Anyway, let's let these dry. Wash my brush. Then anointed. So we're just gonna do the little ammo belt here in the same leather, and then we're gonna work. I'm thinking Magos purple for the tongue and dreadful visage for the hand. What I'm thinking. I don't know why I cleaned the brush, all the paint when I went back to straight to using the same color. Wow. I wasted a very tiny amount of paint, but that's okay. We learn. It's all about improving our process with every model we paint. Sometimes we don't think about what we do. We just do things, you know? But that's okay. I really wish I'd moved my microphone so that it was in a better spot for this stream. But I did not. Or I am a dummy. But it happens. Okay. Magos purple and dreadful visage. Let's get these. Do I want to go? Do I want to do Magos purple? I'm not sure I do. I think I want Volupus pink, actually. Yeah, I think I want Volupus pink. It just happens to be the first color I pick up from my paint box. How delightful. Okay. That should do. See, dreadful visage on the hand, because that's a very low saturation color. I hope is gonna, like, it's kind of more like a gray, but with like a very slight hint of purple to it. It's kind of how it's the main color for how I did Eidolon's skin tone. I think it works for that kind of like sort of like not really human kind of skin tone, which I think works for like possessed and more demonic creatures and maybe some aliens. I'm being a bit too careful. I want to go for a darker color though. No, I'm gonna stick with my guns. I like this very pale kind of like skin tone. I think it works. Really looks kind of unsettling, I think, next to everything else. Because the rest of him is going to be really dark by comparison. Almost ghostly pallid hand with black claws, I think is a good high contrast kind of look. Now let's do your tongue. Discount venom. Okay, that's not nearly saturated enough. I'm going to choose a different paint. I'm going to do it in magenta. Yeah, let's give him a very creaturely color for his tongue. Incredibly bright paint. And in too much concentration, it actually just looks really red. Which is something I discovered last time I was testing color paints through the airbrush. Is that it just became this incredibly bright, high saturated red. I'm gonna need to tone down with inks and tint it bluish purple. I don't think there's any way I'm gonna make this work otherwise. Kind of works. I'll do some highlights on that later. Okay. Now it's time to do some metallics. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really looking forward to it. There's a lot of metallic to do. But that's fine. We'll get through it. I think I'll start with gunmetal. And then do the chainmail silver. Then I'll do the gold. Fortunately, there's not many miniatures I have to paint. The gold is the thing. The silver won't take long. It's the gold that's going to be the real problem for this. The gold is going to be the real problem because there's a lot of trim to do. And I honestly don't have the right kind of paint pen to do the whole use a paint pen trim hack that I see a lot of people do. I will get a nice thin trim like paint pen eventually though. Like an ultra fine paint pen I can be really precise with. Because paint pens do give you a lot of control, which I do quite like. Okay. And once the metals are done, I can finally start doing the really cool things after I change the paint water. But first, metallics. We're using Vallejo Air Gunmetal as the base for our silver. Because I just really like the Vallejo way they do things. Like the general consistency and coverage of the air paints. Like I don't have to mess around with mixing ratios or thinning. They're just straight out of the pot and onto the model. Which might seem lazy, but honestly, I am a bit lazy, lol. But who isn't? It's all about finding shortcuts and ways to make the whole process a little bit more simpler, I think. Because as much as we like to paint and do our hobby work, there's only so much time in the day to get through our pile of shame, right? If you don't find ways to speed it up, will you ever even get through it? I know I probably won't. There's always something more to paint. Some new shiny thing you want to get. Project. Just like how next year I'm going to be getting a Warlord Titan eventually. That's going to be fun. I will build and paint it all on stream and it'll probably take weeks. Absolute weeks. But it'll be fun and it'll be really cool, I think, hopefully. Going in and do Underlayer. Doing that little skull. We'll have a look at the backpack for some pipey bits to do. And of course the vents. And the little boot bottom. And this grenade. Oh, something dropped. Oh, it's just one of my makeup brushes. That's fine. I use those for dry brushing, but I don't need to dry brush today. Maybe I don't think I do. Maybe I'll do some. Maybe I'll find a reason to do some dry brushing later on. Okay. I'd say that that's the base layer of silver on this guy done, except for bits on the bolt gun I need back to get the bullets, silver, get that barrel and gunmetal. Nice and simple. Do I want to do the whole vent bit? Yeah, I should probably do the whole vent bit. Otherwise, I just don't think it. I think I'm not really sure how to do the color arrangement unless I do this bit. But it shall be figured out eventually. Huh? We always figure it out, right? What we do. Okay. That's the base coats of silver done here. Move on to the next one. I'll do this guy because he's right here. The next one. First to come to hand. This one was a little kit bash using some Horus Heresy bits. I really like the Horus Heresy kits. I feel like they just work so well with 40k Chaos Space Marines. It's like, they're some of the few ranges where everything perfectly fits together. I don't know if that's intentional or not, because I know Games Workshop doesn't like ranges to be kind of compatible. Like when everyone spent years calling them Sigmarines, the newest edition, they've changed the size of all the Age of Sigmar stuff so that they're way less compatible with 40k kit bashes for Space Marines. People are still using them for it, though. Like, there's some amazing 40k Sigmarine kit bashes floating around out there on the internet. I really like seeing them. I still need to do my... I still really need to do my my Scaventide box. I know Pink wants Skaven in the Scaventide, and I guess I'll do the Stormcast, because I've got a cool idea for how to paint the Stormcast to make them look a little bit less over-designed. So I'm going to have a really simple, basically 4-color scheme of black, white, and then fluorescent blue and magenta. It should look really nice. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, we're good. I thought that was going to go horribly. I also just realized I was going to edge some of the armor plates silver. I will do that later. In fact, I might do that with the dry brush, now that I think about it. Just catch the edges a little bit on some of these bits. I'll probably do that with this lighter silver, actually, now that I think about it, because I think this is edge highlighting metal. God, what do you think I mean when I say edging? My God. Chat, you know I mean chat. You know I mean paint when I talk about edging, right? Right? You know? I mean, what do you think one would mean when they talk about edging? Put your answer in chat below, and the winner gets a prize. God. Why is the internet like this, chat? Why? I suppose I invite it to an extent. Not intentionally. I just am a bit oblivious sometimes, you know? I stumble into the silly. As much as I enjoy making dirty jokes from time to time, I am just a simple being, ignorant of the world. Truly incorrupted and incorruptible, I think, maybe. God, it's 9 o'clock already. We've still got plenty of time, honestly. If I get close to the end by the top of the hour, I will do my best to finish these tonight. But if I've still got quite a ways to go, which I might do, it really depends on how quickly I get through the gold base coats after I've done the... Oh wait, no. I still need to do the plasma gun. I don't know how much of this I want to be in gold, in all honesty. How much of it I want to be in silver. I guess it would make sense for him to have a pretty blinged out special weapon. Then there's the silver bit on the gun, and then there's the trim around the plasma coil as well. I think I'll do the trim around the plasma coil in gold and leave the gun barrel area just in silver. Yeah. No. Maybe. I don't know. We will have to wait and see that, because I'm not making this decision today. I mean, maybe I will make it today. I'm not making it yet. Why? Why am I such a scatterbrained being? I don't mean to be. Simply am. Creature. I think I'm going to do these little venti bits in gold because I just think they'll look nice that way. I'd say I really just think the Horus Heresy range is just... I think it's actually better than the 40k range in a lot of ways. Like, the team that cooks for Horus Heresy, not only is it a cheaper product, But they do such a good job with the miniature designs. Like, I think the compatibility this has with like with 40k chaos range is one of the reasons why I'm really glad I started doing chaos. Because there's just so much you can do that works for both game systems. And it's all official Games Workshop miniatures. No one can really like say anything. So I know Games Workshop doesn't like people using like models from one system in another, but like a Chaos Legionary is a Chaos Legionary regardless of the system, right? At least I think so. I know there are some like purists out there for Horus Heresy that are like, oh no, you can't use that. But like, when I read the Horus Heresy novels, and from what I get in the descriptions, is that Chaos Space Marines were Chaos Space Marines in the middle of the Horus Heresy. Like, it didn't take 10,000 years in the warp for them to become the Chaos Space Marines we see in Warhammer 40,000. They, like, got mutated into them by dedicating themselves to the various Chaos gods, right? Maybe some of the Traitor Legions took longer than others to become that way. Certainly. But, like, the people that were into it, like the Sons of Horus, the Emperor's Children, the Word Bearers, they were basically straight away Chaos Space Marine. Well, maybe not straight away, but like from around Istvan time, kind of just became Chaos Space Marine. There wasn't really a big stopgap between them. So I kind of feel, to an extent, like I kind of understand it for like the loyalist Astartes, definitely. But for the heretic Astartes, it's kind of like you don't really need to have that divide. Which I think is really cool, honestly. I think it's really good for like kit bash and conversion opportunities. Which I think hobbyists are always looking for, right? I know I am. Like, I can't wait to get started on my Xantine kit bash. I think I've got almost everything I need. I need to check my bit box for like one arm that I think I've got, but I don't know. But that's gonna be a project I'm gonna do off stream. And like just do it on YouTube. Is just do a video of how I convert Xantine from Renegade's Lord of Excess, which is a book I have read and put on YouTube because it's a good time, good story. It's the book that really made me want to play Emperor's Children, honestly, because it just seems like there's such fun characters in the Legion, and ultimately you want to have a faction that is cool and fun, and I think the Emperor's Children for me are about as cool and fun, and they have such big personalities. I don't think it's possible to get any more than what they do. And it's really cool. I really like it. You know? Hey, Beps, how you doing? Can we get a shout out with Beppis, please? Welcome, welcome. You having a nice day? I hope so. We are just having a very chill stream, painting some Warhammer, doing my Emperor's Children Legionary kill team. A good time. You having a nice day? It's always lovely to see you. I hope that you are. Welcome home. God, it's such a nice feeling being the streamer people come home to sometimes. You know? Feels nice that people choose to spend their time here. I know I'm mostly like a background entertainer, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Just like, it's nice. It's comfy. That's all it should be, really, as a streamer. Like when you're at a restaurant. Have comfort. I am your comfort food. You are munch. Ah! Dagger hilt will be gold. So I won't worry about painting those for now. So get the blades done and then the bits of the armor we want to have done. Good. There's not too much on this particular miniature that we want to actually paint metallics at this stage, I don't think. Could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. Lol, I'm hearing pink dying and fucking Helldivers from the other room. Also, if you guys like Helldivers, join the Discord. Have like game lobby. Like playing games like Space Marine, Delphivers. Fine. A comfy place, lots of hobbyists there. I try to be as active a presence as I can there. But I'm almost always working on something. Either painting, planning, or editing. Reminds me, after this stream I have to edit a video for tomorrow, otherwise I don't have anything to publish other than BOD. Which, you know, while it's fine, I do want to try and get a book chapter out every day. Especially since I recorded the audio for 2 of them today. But it'll take like about an hour to edit, so I think my hard cap for the stream is 11 PM, which is in about an hour and a half. Then I'm gonna have a very short break and then get to editing that video. That's my plan, at least. Okay. What else do I need to do? To do the little cables on this guy's helmet. Any joint bit? No, I don't. Get these filled in. Anything on his arms? No, his arms are bent. So those elbow bits, those inner elbow bits are kind of covered. Cool. So there should be just 2 more for the base coat of the silver. I will once again leave glorious chosen leader till last. But not. Much like the other guy, this guy's dagger is going to have a gold hilt. This has a little bit of uniformity. Like, even though none of these guys are going to be painted the same, I kind of like that they have a sense of uniformity. Like, they are bound to like one warband, one legion, even if they're all their own individual person. Despite that, they are ultimately a unified force. For one reason or another. Do these Nades. A little bit of silver here. Good chunk of that's going to be gold. Oh, spread over it too much. Hey, are there any cables here? I think I see you. Very dark miniature back here. I actually think the camera settings make it a lot easier to see the details in the camera than it is in real life, because it's a very, very dark purple. Oh yeah, and do the chains on the book. Little balefire tome. Okay. That's this guy done for now. Well, until we do the highlights. Well, I think we'll finish... Well, no, we won't fully finish the silver. We'll do most of the silver, and then we'll switch to gold, because the final highlight on the gold and the final highlight the silver are the same paint. So it makes sense to just do them at the same time. Oh, I forgot to do the guy's hair. Oh, well. Well, there's lots of things we're going to add, like touch up on and finish at the end, I think. Oh, I need to actually paint handle on that sword. A color or something at some point. Because it's not like you can see a little bit of the handle. Certainly is a thing that I did not. That's fine. We'll get to it eventually. I forgot to do this guy's belt. Can't believe. Oh, why am I like this, chat? Why am I like this? I am just a forgetful little being. Wow. Oh, actually, I realised I should put that belt buckle in gold. That's fine. Like, I do kind of like when like the cloak means we don't have to paint certain bits, because it just makes life a little bit easier. I just realized there's a paint on. Silver. Makes sense because it's spinning the skin tone. Okay. Oh, yeah. Plasma pistol. Before I forget. Before I forget. Thank you, Metal. Little bit at the tip of the barrel. Okay. Few more metal on. Almost done. Mostly. Most. Actually, no, I'll be fine. I'll get away with that. Okay. Okay. Right. What's next? We are going to use chainmail silver as our next layer. Hang on. I did that. We spoke earlier about how there were little hooks. Little hooks getting. I remembered that they were there. God, I really like how many little details there are on these. They're a pain, but very cool. Very much adds to the miniature. Very, very feels good when you actually remember to do them all. Lol. Okay, next paint. Vallejo chainmail silver because I like it. That's right. I think I'll use this dry brush, honestly. Because there is going to be some stuff I'm going to need to standard paint rather than dry brush, but a good bit of this can just be done with the dry brush. A nice, simple, I won't say generous dry brush, because a lot of it is black, and I don't want to take away from the blackness with a ton of silver, you know? Just gonna carefully try some of the dark bits, a little bit of silver. Might be too much silver. Ah, fine, fine. 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 I think it works. Kind of works nicely. It kind of works nicely on these little bits. Matches the light just a. I might give these guys a nice little blue oil wash at the end. I'm really thinking it would look quite good. I hope I'm not wrong about that. But I think it'll look great. A gentle brush. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter if there's a little overflow because we're gonna go over most of the armor. A little bit of a glaze, a little bit of a shade, just to, you know, it look a little bit more, make it glow a bit more in the dark. Honestly, I think that's the main why I want to do it. As it stands, the amount of glow is not as much as it could be. I want it to be as cool as possible. Who doesn't want that army looking as cool as it could possibly look? Yeah? Guy does not need much, thankfully. Bit on the edge. Cane necks, rather. On this. Little bit on this shoulder. A little bit on this power. Okay, now. Ah. Okay, there's a fair bit. That was a fair bit, but it's fine. We got it. Nice and simple. For the face, I think I just realized I did all of that off stream, didn't I? God damn it. Why am I like this, chat? I just do things. I don't think about it until after I've made things there. Ah. Anyway, let's just move on, shall we? This guy doesn't have that much anymore. I think for me, getting the knives looks probably the most important bit. Part of it is like, how do you highlight it when on fire? You know? I suppose that's a question I will have to answer shortly. And I think I can. I think I'm gonna figure it out, chat. Got this. You believe in me, right? Yeah, you do. My community is full of the best. And aside from when I'm playing horror games, you want me to... When I'm playing horror games, you want to see me suffer. Which, in fairness, I understand. How's my favorite... Oh, Ponk isn't your favorite British cat. She'd be hurt. Lol. I'm doing well, Mika. I hope that you are too. We've done most of what we planned to do, I think. How are you doing? You're nearing the end of the metallics, and then we can start doing the really interesting stuff. But the gold is what's going to take a long time before we can actually get to the cool stuff. So I'm hoping we can get through it rather quickly. But you never know. Never can really tell. You all are the same category. Knife. Yes. Double knives. This guy is like the supreme shanker. He's going to shank everything. Also, what do you mean we're the same? Do all us British cats just look alike to you? Is that it? Is that it, Mika? That's some Catgirl racism there. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Please don't feel bad. I'll feel bad if you feel bad. Don't feel bad. I'm just trying to make silly jokes. Oh. No, wait. Hey, Ray, how you doing? I am a silly bean. Let me. Hey, Alex. Welcome. How are you doing? It's always lovely to see a new chatter. Let me get. Ray, I'm gonna get you your bean. Where is? That's not what I'm looking for. Where is my VTube studio? It's somewhere here. Wow. How are you doing, Alex? What brings you to our neck of the woods? We are having a nice cozy stream today. Got about an hour and a bit left. Good, I'm glad that you're well. Sabine. Minis are going pretty well. I'm making decent progress. I really just want to get into the whole glow-in-the-dark aspect of it soon. But first I have to do all the gold bits. And I have to touch up all the other colors. You are a cat that sits in laps. Well, I do have a very nice lap for sitting in. Very comfortable. Well, so I'm told. But to be fair, I have nice thighs, so it probably correct that my lap is quite nice to sit in. Oh, and the bean have sparkly eyes. If I can remember which button does it. Yes. No. Yes. Are we happy with the sparkly bean? You prefer sparkly beans, chat? Is that what you're telling me? Did the beans always be sparkly? Gentle dry brush. Add a little bit. Okay, that'll do for now. Right. Now, before we do the final highlight on the metallics, it's time. It's time, chat. It shows their excitement. That's true. It's time to do the gold, which I'm not looking forward to, if I want to be real with you all. Not because there's anything wrong with doing gold. It's just there's a lot. There's a lot. Oh, there's just a lot. Wow. I mean, the base coat won't take that long, and the highlight won't take that long. But then there are some details that are gonna stress me out to finish, I think. But we'll see what we can do. I'm gonna start with a nice base coat of Vallejo Glorious Gold on the trim and all the other bits. Custodies for breakfast. Oh. God, if I was painting Custodies, the gold would be easy. I'd just spray paint the whole goddamn thing, and it'd be Jova. I wouldn't have to stress or worry about being precise or accidentally going over the stuff that I've already done with the wrong color. And it's not like silver or white. This shit is not going to be as easy to correct. But then again, gold underneath red tones, and pink is a red tone, and so is purple, technically speaking. Gold does work, so we'll see. Once again, I will once again say I would rather not have to go over. I'd rather not have to go over stuff multiple times, but sometimes it cannot be helped when it comes to miniatures. You know, I've never actually played a game against Custodies. I feel like I need to correct that at some point. But there aren't that many Custodies players in my area, which is weird considering it's like one of the cheapest factions to collect. Okay, let's just start with the first thing. The most important thing. Delete emblem. What is with this paint? Like it's not mixed. I've definitely... Okay, that's why. Even though I'd used the mixer on it, paint hadn't mixed properly. That's kind of annoying. A bit annoying. A little bit. Tap that off. Then continue. You're assuming Space Marines or Chaos Space Marines are most common for players. Yeah, actually no, I see a lot of Orcs and Necrons in my local meta, and Tyranids too. Orcs are always fun to play against, honestly. They're not overly powerful, but they're not weak either. They're a good time. Also, Orc players don't take things too seriously, unlike some faction players. Oh. Some Necron players get so competitive. I mean, there's, well, one Necron player in my fucking thing. Because I beat him with a game with my Death Guard. I beat him in a game with my Death Guard. Because all he did was sit on one side of the board and just shoot my stuff. And I was like, yeah, I lost a bunch of my army. But I won the match because, like, I was the only one that actually went for victory points. And he was like, oh, yeah, you only won on victory points. But yeah, that's how the game is played, lol. There's literally the victory condition is to outscore your opponent. Like, and then he was like, okay, you know what? You've convinced me. I'm going to play Death Guard from now on. Like, bruh, you really? You're switching factions just because you lost a game? Like, you not understand that killing your opponent... Like, while it's cool to table your opponent, that's not what the game is meant to be about. Everyone has their objectives they need to score. Dude is a dumbass. Yeah, I agree. But Death Guard have always been a strong faction. Like, I only started Death Guard because I had, you know, that Mark III Horus Heresy box that came out like a year or two ago. It was just a good deal, and I just was like, you know what, these Mark III bodies, I'm going to use some of them for my Dark Angels, which I did. And I used the leftover ones for my Death Guard. And I used a couple of the last leftover ones for this army. Like, you got a lot of bodies, and it went really far, I think. Like, good value. The only thing I haven't built, the only things I haven't built out of it is the Land Raider Proteus, which I can just build whenever and use it for whatever I want. I know I did build the Land Raider Proteus. I think I primed it to be with my Death Guard. Speaking of Land Raiders, I need to paint my Land Raider Spartan. But I don't know if I'm going to paint it for my Emperor's Children or my Dark Angels. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I think I might be a bit too tired to, like, actually do all this trim. Yeah. God, there's so much of it I need to do, chat. And it's like coming up to 10 p.m. And I do have a video to edit, and I have to get up at 5 in the morning for work. Wow. I might save, yeah, I think I'll save this. I think I'll save finishing the kill team for next time. I think that's a smart thing to do, because, like, I have to be precise, and I think I'm a bit too tired. No more edging. I'm sorry, Metal. I know you like to get edged, but no. No more edging. No more edging for tonight, chat. I was literally just doing the trim on these shoulders, and then I realized, you know what, I think I'm too tired. It's like I've got a lot to do. I've got, like, gold on... Every single one of these miniatures has gold that I need doing. So I think I'm going to save it for next time. Need to find someone to raid out to. Who is around tonight? Let's see. What do I want to do? Who do I want to raid into? Last week I raided into Froggy. totally, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Bananas is online. Hell yeah. Oh my god, Bananas has a Peach cosplay outfit. That's so cute. That's so cute. Hell yeah. Let's raid into Bananas. Bananas is a good bean. Also, I hadn't seen Bananas in ages, and she popped into chat the other day, and it was just really nice to see her again. I think she had a little bit of a break from streaming and Twitch in general. But yeah, thank you all, chat. Thank you so much for choosing to come hang out. I'm sorry we pops up quite a lot, actually. I don't know. I felt like there were a good couple of... I know she does, but I felt like there were a good couple of weeks where I didn't see her at all. Like, I didn't see her streaming. I didn't see her in chats. I was worried for a little bit. But she's a good bean. I missed her. I will cuddle the punk. I have to edit a video first, but I'm going to take a break from the computer because my eyes are kind of tired, if I want to be real with y'all. But I don't have anything planned over the weekend. That doesn't necessarily mean I won't do anything over the weekend, but I probably won't, if I want to be real with y'all, because it's when I start my work week. Thank you all so much for choosing to come hang out. I love you all. If you did any painting, please do post it in the Discord, !Discord to join. If you're in, or if you're watching this on YouTube, come hang out on Discord, come hang out on Twitch. Also subscribe, because most of the people that watch my videos, even the repeat watchers, don't subscribe, so do that, lol. Anyway, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Mwah. Mwah.